Hi, I'm Andy from Target Transfers, joining you live from the Heat Print Innovation Centre here in Braintree, Essex today. Today we're going to be talking all things levers hoodies. We're going to cover pretty much everything you need to understand the whole process from design through to creation, through to fusing. And I'm going to be joined by Molly later on in this event to show you just how to do that. So we are Target Transfers. We are the leading heat transfer manufacturer in the UK, and it's just about to get into levers season. So from February all the way through to June, this is a really big season for heat printers. So if you're not prepared now to take advantage of this season, you're going to get a little bit left behind. So that's why we're having this event today, nice and early on in the process, so you can got plenty of time to get stuck into that. For those of you that have never offered levers designs before, don't worry, because we're going to make it very easy, and anyone who's got a heat press can take advantage of this opportunity. To give you an idea of why we want to talk to you about levers hoodies, this is a massive opportunity for everyone in our industry. Because every age group of school that's leaving now, they're requiring levers hoodies or wanting levers hoodies, and I'm talking from 4 all the way through to 16, 18. And to give you a bit of an idea of just how big this market is that just looking at primary and secondary school graduations this year, there'll be roughly 1.5 million students that will be leaving that tier of education. So potentially that's 1.5 million people that could do with their levers hoodie. And even if you just sort of took a conservative look at that and the amount that would actually want the levers hoodie, it's still a very big opportunity. So that's why we're going to have this event today, because every textile printer should be contacting the local school, college, university to seize this opportunity now, because it's going to be a big opportunity to increase revenue for your business. And if you're new to heat transfers, you've never used heat transfers before, don't worry. We're going to show you just how to make a levers hoodie, and we're going to show you how to make a levers hoodie with no weeding. So this is the real big thing that I really want to get across to everyone, is that if you're still using vinyl for levers hoodies, stop now. Make notes from this webinar, because we're going to show you how easy it is to do it and how you should be doing it, because weeding levers hoodies just takes way too long and you're never going to make enough profit for your business doing it that way. In today's event, we're going to be showing you how to use our free levers template. So everyone that is on live today or watching back, you have access to our free levers template. We're going to show you how to add the levers names into the design. This is quite a key thing. So obviously anyone can give you a template. We're going to show you how to get the names from a spreadsheet into the design, so you've got the fully formed levers transfer. I'm going to show you how to get the best price for levers design. This is quite a key one as well, how to spread the cost of the whole transfer, not just for the back, but for the whole garment. And then we're going to show you how to fuse a full levers hoodies. So I'm going to just take you now, and first we'll show you how to get hold of our free template. So you should see our custom.targettransfers.com. So right now we're just on Easy View. This is our Easy View custom transfers uploader. So for those of you new to Target Transfers, this is the easiest way to order heat transfers online. And it's just a few simple clicks. But we're going to show you that whole process in just a bit. Right now, just want to get you started with how to get hold of a free levers template. So depending on if you're using it on desktop or mobile, you just need to click on the drop down and find the levers 2022 template. There are also some other great templates on there. So we have a neck label artwork template as well. And we have some guides for doing the lean logo, school badges. But if you're interested in any of those, we've done events on those previously. So please do go and check those out. Today we're just going to cover levers designs. We want to try and make that as simple for you as possible. We want to show you how to create a fantastic transfer like this, which will cover all eventualities for any school that you're looking after. And the reason we're presenting to you as a sheet like this is because the levers 2022 is quite a large print. So we want to make sure you're making the most of how to price the design properly. Because it's got the 2 2s, it's that little bit wider this year. So that's why we've got a new template. So for those of you that have used our template previously, you'll know just what to do. But for those that are new, we're going to take you through the whole process. So as I mentioned before, say goodbye to weeding. You should be using heat transfers now because it means there is no weeding involved. It comes to you fully formed and it just needs to go under a heat press for 10 seconds. That's it. You're done. The labor cost is minimized. On this page here, we're going to give you a little bit about how to get started, a little bit more about why you should be doing leavers hoodies. I've kind of discussed before that I'm talking a minimum of 1.5 million people will be leaving primary and secondary school. That doesn't even factor in the other age groups, whether it could be a high school or an academy or something different as well. So there's really is a big opportunity here. And we're going to make this template free for everyone. All you have to do is scroll down to the page and you'll get a little bit of a guide about how to use the template, which I'm going to go through in more detail as well. All you do is pop your details in this artwork request, and in about 20 seconds later, you'll get an email from us and just gives you a quick link on it. Just click download, and an EPS file will open up in the bottom window of your browser. It's an EPS file, so it means that no matter what design platform you're using, if it's Illustrator or CorelDRAW, you'll be able to use this template regardless. It's completely neutral on the platform. Today I'm going to be using Illustrator, so I'm just going to walk you through what the template will look like when you open it up. So when you open up the download, this is what you'll see. It's only a 4 meg file, so it's nice and easy to get downloaded nice and quick. What we have here is, first of all, we have the levers elements of the design. So this is the bit that goes predominantly on the back of the hoodie. Some schools do like it on the front. It's all going to come down to personal preference there. So this is the real kind of showstopper of the template, and this is kind of where the heat transfer really comes into its own and makes it really easy for you to use this as a design idea. We have also included initials here. So like I said before, the 2022 design is a little bit bigger than an A4 size. So unless you're going for perhaps primary school and below, you're going to struggle to get the width of this design onto an A4 sheet. I mean, by all means, try. We're more than happy for you to do so. But I really wanted to stress how to maximize the fact that if you're going to go onto an A3 sheet, make the most of that sheet. We're more than happy for you to put as many transfers onto any of our size layouts that are available on custom.targettransfers.com. So I wanted to give you some examples of how to really maximize that. So the most common things you find, as well as on top of just the levers print, a lot of schools expect you to do an initial of the school for the actual lever per person. So traditionally this is done, so you would get the levers design to get us to create some transfers for you, and then you would do a vinyl initial on the front. But this time we're going to make it really easy for you because we put the whole alphabet on the template. So it means that every time you get one of these printed, you can just pick and choose the letters that you want to use for that particular lever. So it means it's a transfer that can then be personalized on top of that without any extra labor of actually getting the cutting machine out, putting the vinyl through, and then weeding it as well. So it's really going to speed up the time of doing the personalization aspect of a lever's hoodie. You also got space on here to add a school badge. So most of these tend to go on the left chest of the design, but most levers hoodies tend to want a school badge on this now. So at the moment, you can see it just says Target Transfers Print Academy. So all you'll need to do is just swap out that design for the school badge you've got. Because it's a screen printed heat transfer we're going to do, it means you don't have to worry about how fine the detail is because there's no limits when it comes to heat transfers. What I would also suggest you do as well, just to really maximize the space, you can either put another badge in here, or I would suggest putting a neck label as well. So I put a little template for you here as well. All the instructions are here. All you need to do is select the logo, delete that one, and either add the school logo in, or if the school doesn't necessarily want pick up the option of putting a custom neck label in there, then I'll put yours in. Use a tearable neck label hoodie, put your logo in there. That way, whenever someone picks up that hoodie, they wash that hoodie, they'll always see your brand in there. So it means that there could be the opportunity to gain further work just by branding every single design that you're putting out there. It could get you more school leaver opportunities, or it might lead to something else entirely. then all you would do is, depending if it's small, medium, large, extra large, just cut out the one you want and put it in between the two transfer areas. That way it's customized to the hoodie that you're going to be decorating. Just to cover that again, you've got the levers design here, which I'm going to show you in just a sec how to populate the names with. You've got the opportunity to initial, you've got the school badge, and then you also have the option to add a neck labeling as well. So you can cover the whole jumper, all the decoration that you need to do for the hoodie in one transfer sheet. There's no additional vinyl that needs to be used on this occasion. So really nice and easy for anyone to get started with. And as I mentioned before, this is an EPS file, so you can open it up with just about any design platform. So the first steps here is to add in some levers names. So generally speaking, when you work with a school or an organization that's going to ask you to do levers designs, they're going to ask you to, they're going to send you a spreadsheet with some names. So depending on the school and the age group, you're either going to get just first names, or you're going to get first and last names that they're going to want to put into the design. So to make this webinar event easy for everyone, I'm going to show you how to do it with both names rather than just one. But you can just skip the step of adding the surname and first name together and go to the next step after this if you're only going to be using one name. But so that everyone's covered, I'll show you how to do it. Normally, you're going to get the names in two columns, and that's why this first step is important. You need to be able to combine these two columns together nice and easily. If you just copy and paste this data from here, it's not going to look right in the actual design. So I'll show you what that means. Let's copy that data. And we'll try and put it in here. And you can see the spacing, the columns are not right. That's what we have to do, these particular steps. So to combine these two columns, what you need to do is use this formula. It's equals, select the first column you want to use, then the and symbol. Then we're going to add a space in by using some quotation marks. This is where if you want to add more spaces in, you can add more. I'm just going to use one for now. Then the and symbol again, and then the surname. Hit return, and you can see it's created one column with everything you need. So all you need to do then is drag that down all the way down to the bottom so you cover every single name. Nice and easy. So next important step here, so you've got your full names like that, but they're only done as a formula. So to be able to do the next step of where we're going to turn them so that you've got one line of names, which is the best way to copy into Illustrator, we need to select all these names, copy those, then we're going to paste them in a new tab, and we're just going to paste the values. So you're not going to take any of the formula with you, so you've got nice clean data, which will be great for copy and pasting in a minute. Next step is if we copy, then we can't copy and paste from here because again we're going to have the same problem with the columns. Copy and paste that into here. See, it doesn't look right. We need to do a couple more steps before we can get to the right point. So I've selected the data. Then what I'm going to do is right click in here and choose paste special. Then it's going to give me the option to transpose these. What that means is it's going to put them all into one line, one row, nice and easy for you. So click OK. So I just need to select the data again. One moment. There we go. You can see that all the data has now gone all the way across in one line. So this is going to be the best way to actually use for putting it into Illustrator. So I'll just get rid of those names because we don't want them underneath there anymore now. Then what we're going to do is, if we still copy just from here, they're not going to have quite the right spacing on them. So I'll just show you what I mean. So then if we go back into Illustrator, you see the spacing on it is not quite right, because when it reads the data you've copied and pasted here, it's trying to read a tab in between each name, which doesn't look quite right on the actual finished product. So next step here is we're going to save it as a CSV file. Save as, levers file, levers data, and click save. Then what we do is we open up Notepad. We're going to open up and find that file again. So when you first click open, it won't find it straight away. That's why you just look for all files and it brings up. But you'll see here, because it's a CSV file, it's adding a comma in between all the data. But we don't want to put a comma in the levers design. So what we do is we click edit, and then we do a replace. So what it's going to do is going to find every single comma, and it's going to replace it with a space. And again, here you could add multiple space in here if you want to, depending on how you want to lay your design. I'm just going to use one space here. Click replace all, and you can see straight away it's spaced out my design nicely now. So I select all that data. And now when I copy and paste it into here, you can see everything fits a lot nicer. It's not still quite perfect, but the spacing is consistent for all the designs. Obviously, every school is going to be different in terms of how you can have some names that are extra long, some names that are extra short. That's why then you can only have to do a little bit of formatting from here. So you could say for instance, the bottom area here doesn't quite look right, so you could perhaps space out some designs a little bit more, and it'll gradually start to fill that data up a bit more. You could potentially make sure all the names are onto the right line, and you'll soon start to add a little bit more. Soon start to look a little bit smarter for the actual end user that way. So you can see immediately it's starting to space out more now and look better. This is what you expect to leave this design to look nice and neat and uniform across the design file. So that way it's really, really nice and easy. I mean, I know there's a few steps to be involved, but it's consistent and it will work every single time you do it. So just to kind of reiterate the steps, you download the levers design from custom.targettransfers.com, which is from the EasyView designer. Then what you will do is open up your email when we send you the levers template, which is what you see on the screen here. And you have the choice to add your own school's badge in here, add your own logo into the neck label template, and then you will use the Excel data you've got to create a CSV file, which you will then open up in Notepad and use to copy the data into here, so your levers design looks absolutely perfect. This video will be available on our YouTube channel and on Facebook after the event. So if you do need to watch this back, don't worry. You'll be able to go back and watch this video time after time. So every time you do it, if you follow the simple steps that I've created for you today, you'll have no problem. So that's how you need to create a lever design. I don't know if we have any questions yet on that one. Has everyone been able to follow that one okay? Okay, perfect. So now I'm going to showed you how to use our template, how to add levers names to the design, and now I'm going to show you how to get the best price for a design. And this is the second year since EasyView has been launched, and we've tried to make the ordering process as simplified as possible for you. And that's why our EasyView Uploader and Designer is the only place in the UK where you can order your transfers, where your design is checked in real time, and you don't have to wait to get approved for ordering. And this ordering system is available 24 hours a day. And just to kind of just go you through all the steps here. So if you want to order heat transfers, head to the main page, which is custom.targettransfers.com. And for those new to heat transfers, custom transfers are just an easy and affordable way to decorate garments and make a profit. You get a super soft finish, which Molly's going to talk to you about and show you just how to create this premium levers design at a reasonable cost. And there's also lots of ways within our design you can create other finishes with colors, metallics, neons, multicolored designs as well. With custom transfers, there's also no setup charges, so you're not expecting to spend tens of thousands on these printing machines. You literally just send your design to us, we take care of it, we get that design, it transfers back to you in a couple of days. So a couple of days' time, you're going to see this pack of these wonderful transfers show up at your door and you can get started. Yes. So, what's the customer asking?
Do you have any placement guides for the back and front design? I know it depends on hoodie size. I'll put the link to the
Yes, we do have some guides for placement design. This is a really good question, actually. And Molly's going to show you just how to get a perfect placement in a bit. But if you want to see the whole range of placements, if you go to targettransfers.com and you click on the education section across the main navigation bar, there is a free ebook as designed to guide and placement as well. Because it's really important when you're doing hoodies versus, say, a crew neck, that you leave enough space so when that hood droops down on the back of the neck, that it's not going to cover up your design. You want the design to sit just under where the hood sits. So yeah, do go to targettransfers.com and download our ebook for that. So this is the fastest growing method for printing garments because, like I say, you only need a heat press. Most of you on this call already have a heat press. If you've never used a heat press before, they range in price from starting at £400 and then maximum amount is going to be £6,000. So really nice and easy to get started with, and anyone can use one. I'm going to show you just how to do that in just a little bit. But for now, I'm just going to show you how to order your heat transfers. So with levers designs, because they're one colour for the most part, we tend to recommend using a 1 to 5 colour screen printed heat transfers. You can absolutely use our ultra colour one. So if you're going to have a multicolour badge which has got more than 3 colours in, then I would recommend using the ultra colour designs because you get the best price point. But heat transfers for school levers tend to be white, red or black. So I'm just going to go with a 1 to 5 colour to start off with for now. So you click on the 1 to 5 colour option. You do have multiple options here. So for instance, if you're just doing the levers part, you could just delete everything else from that template, just use the levers bit and go for an A4. But if you're going to go for an A3 sheet or a gang sheet, then I recommend going for the A3 every time because this is going to get you the best price point. So just click on that. It asks you to add either design or text. So I want to add our design, and then it's going to ask you to upload a screen printed heat transfer design. So this can be either an EPS is preferred, but you could also use an SVG or a PDF here as well. So I'm just going to click the design here so you recognize that template from a second ago. Select that design, and it's just going to upload. So you've got a nice visual straight away, and it's going to it's picked out the black in that. I'll show you how to change the color in just a minute as well. So click OK, and you've got that already loaded up here. So we are the only supplier that gives you this screen printed heat transfer gang sheet like this. And this is the most affordable way to order heat transfers of any kind, no matter how many colors there are. So when it first loads up, the minimum order here is 10. But traditionally speaking for schools, you're actually looking at an average class size of about 50 to 100. So I'm just going to concentrate on these prices for now. So if you are only ordering 10, or if you've got to do a second run of them because a couple of the kids decided after the fact they did want to design, the maximum you're going to pay is £6.6. But realistic, you're looking at sort of between 50 and 100. So change the price to 50 for now, and you can see the price per sheet is £2.26. So you've got, and essentially you're getting 4 transfers for that money. So you've got the big levers design, you've got the option to initial, you've got a school badge, and you've got a neck label. So really you're looking at just over 50p per transfer, or £2.26 to decorate a whole garment for a school of 50, which is sort of the minimum levers amount anyway. So if you factor in the price of a hoodie, which you're kind of looking at about sort of the £5 mark, your all-in design for a finished good, you're looking at about £7.26. And generally speaking, the average sale price of these is about £25. So you can see there's a really nice profit margin to be found in these as a heat printer. To give you an idea of how the prices could change depending on if you're using larger schools, the price for 100 comes down again to £1.83. So you're saving another 50p for larger schools, or even 200. So when I went to secondary school, we were a year of 200 when we graduated. So then you're only looking at £1.63 per transfer. And again, with a £5 hoodie or even less, you're kind of looking at £6, £6.50 is a maximum price there. So you can see that's a really good profit margin, and you've not spent any time weeding. We always tell anyone that attends any of our events, either online or in person, is make sure you're paying yourself in your profit margins. And if you're spending time weeding these designs, you're really eating into those profit margins, because some of these designs for levers, you could be weeding them for half an hour. So that's a really, really expensive mistake to make. When you're happy with the quantities here, you've got your full designer here. You can pick your color. So we've got over 500 colors, and these are all Pantone matched as well. If you need a new color, just talk to us about it. We can add one for you. So you can change it to purple, you can change it to red, whatever color the school requires. If they do have a specific color they want it to be matched to, just contact us and we can add a custom color for you. And then once you're happy, all you need to hit is buy. You go and click buy, and straight away you're going to get your order back to you in a couple of days. So that's these transfer sheets I was talking to you about here. In 2 days' time, all you need to do is cut out the sections you want, and you've got a perfectly formed levers transfer for £1.63. That's your all-in cost for the embellishment on the design. So in a minute, Molly's just going to go through with you how to actually do the fusing part of that. But yes, I've got one more question. So we don't have A3 and A4 samples available because the school levers design is used at so many age levels now. It really, the actual size is defined by the actual kid that's going to be using it. So it's more of a case of what is the size of the hoodie you're going to be using, and then work backwards from there. So we do have a custom sample pack that's available at targettransfers.com for £12, which does have a sample of the levers design. It has a 2-color option in there as well, so you can see what that would look like as a design. But because there's so many variations in the actual end size of the levers design, it's not possible to do that. But the minimum order is only 10, so you could quite easily sample the artwork for a school and then take it to them and say, look, this is what I can achieve. Here's a levers design that I've created for you. I can do a fantastic, I can initial, I can put your badge on it, I can put a custom neck label into it. And quite easily you could factor the cost of sampling into your overall price. So you'd only need to get one job back of that to pay for it. And we find customers, once they've done one, they tend to have lots of jobs coming in because it's such a localized thing. You'll find that there's another school nearby or another kid's parent that knows about you that can provide that service for them. Your network spreads very quickly on that. So just to reiterate the transfer ordering system, once you've done it here, you get it back in 2 days, and then you're going to apply it under Hotronics Heat Press. Molly's going to go into more detail on these, but we are part of the Styles Hotronics family. So if you do have questions about heat presses, do leave comments below or get in touch, because these are the #1 heat press internationally. So we can provide a lot of help for you with these as well. So with that, I'm going to pass on to Molly, and she's going to show you how to create a full levers hoodie with this template that we've used today.
Brilliant, thanks Andy. Sort the audio out, there we go. Hi everyone, welcome to the event. So thanks Andy for taking us through all of the artworking elements there. I'm going to take you through now how to apply one of these levers designs. So this is one we applied earlier. So obviously once your transfers arrive, you can start to create your products. And as you can see, they have a very, very soft, thin finish here. So without further ado, I'm going to be applying using the Air Fusion IQ heat press. It does have a foot pedal to control the motion of the top part. So just move that out of the way. And I'm just going to take my hoodie. Now, firstly, I'm going to apply the actual levers designed to the back of the hoodie. So I'm just going to thread this onto the press. Now, as you can see, the hoodie has threaded on very, very easily there. This is a threadable heat press, which makes everything a lot easier, but we also have a quick slip on here as well, which makes it a lot easier to slide your garments on and off of the press, as well as protecting your heat press pattern from any moisture, any transferring, anything that may come off, just so that they last a bit longer. So just going to give the garment a quick 5-second pre-press. There's air control pressure on the heat press as well, so that means that everything is perfectly controlled. If you have pillows in there as well, that's all done. This is the transfer Andy was showing you earlier, so just about see that one there. This is just the levers 22. I'm going to apply that onto the hoodie and using release paper just to protect the garment and the transfer. Bring the press back round. Now, screen printed heat transfers apply for 10 seconds at 160 degrees. So this is already preset into the Fusion IQ part of the heat press. And obviously now we just have to wait for this to cool down before we can peel it. Whilst you're waiting for that to cool, if anyone has any questions about the application so far, feel free to drop them in the comment box below. Now also, while we're waiting for that to cool, I do have a heat press pillow here, because as you can see on these hoodies, there are pockets at the bottom which have extra seams, and this can sometimes affect the pressure of the fuse. So obviously with the Air Fusion, this is all powered by the air compressor, but it's still important to isolate the print areas so that the pressure isn't affected at all. So you just put this pillow in where the seam would be, and it just raises your print area slightly so that you don't have any seams getting in the way, and that results in your transfer applying a lot smoother, and it will last a lot longer, and no water when it's washed will be able to get underneath of the adhesive. So just an all-round high quality product. See if this is pulled down.
Just got someone asking, Molly, just to confirm that you're using the A3 template for that. So the design that Molly's doing today is the full template that we just walked through. So the once she holds up, you'll see that is using the A3. So that is to scale with the template. So it gives you a bit of an idea of how the A3 design will look on the back of a hoodie.
Thanks, Andy. Yes, so as you can see here, this has applied perfectly, really, really soft, thin finish. Great fine detail on the text there, all the names. And yes, this is that A3 template size. You can see nice and big across the back of the hoodie. Now we're going to apply it to the front of the garment. So again, slide that on, as you can see, quick slip on here. Apply the garment. Give it a quick pre-press. So I've already pre-cut from the template here the school logo, which we're going to apply to the front, and the 2 initials as well. So depending on how many letters or which letters you've got per students in the class, you can obviously customize these. We're just going to do AB today as an example. So apply those onto the shirt, cover with the release paper. And fuse for 10 seconds. whilst we wait for that to cool down, just talk a little bit about the heat press we're using today. So like I said previously, this is the Hotronix Air Fusion IQ. It comes in a tabletop version and a pedestal version, which is what we have here. And we've also got the shelves attached to this one, which is very handy when you're doing things like leaders designs, because you can have release paper transfers pre-cut on one side, garments on another, and it's a lot more smoother process to get everything done. The shelves, they're still available at the moment, aren't they, Andy, on the website?
Yes, the shelves are available only for a limited time, but if you order in the next couple of weeks, you will be able to get yourself a set.
Brilliant.
For the next 2 weeks as well, every single heat press that's ordered through targettransfers.com will be coming with free custom credit to use on EasyView. So if you're thinking about ordering a new heat press, you might find that your first lever's job is actually free because of the transfer credit that comes with it.
Yes, so definitely something to consider if you are looking to get your first heat press, get a second, upgrade, anything like that. You will get a lot of transfer credit up until the 14th of February. So this is our finished result. So obviously we have the school badge on one side, initials on another, and then the leaders design on the back. So that took probably a couple of minutes, 20 seconds fusing. Both the front were applied at the same time using the 40 by 50 size pattern, and you have a hoodie ready to be sent to the customer. If there's any other questions about the application, do let us know in the comments or send us a message on socials or give us a call, and we'll be happy to take you through that. Is there anything else, Andy?
Yes, so we do have a question from Dominique who's asking about whether she should be using a second shorter press once she's taken off the transfer sheet.
Once you've peeled the transfers?
Yes.
No, you don't have to. It's one fuse. As long as you peel the transfer cold and you don't have any sort of lifts in the ink. If you try to go hot, some of the transfer might come away with the carrier paper. So make sure that you remove it from the press, let it cool down for maybe 1 to 2 minutes, then do one swift, smooth motion of the peel so that nothing catches, and you are good. The only thing to mention would be that we advise not washing the garments for 24 hours after you fuse them, just so that the adhesive on the transfer really has a chance to bond to the fabric properly. But other than that, no, you do 5-second pre-press, 10-second fuse of the transfer, and you're done. So very, very quick and easy to finish that. We have a question asking about the hoodie. This hoodie is a medium. It's from Just Hoods. So I'll just pop that there so you can see. And if you are applying, we're not going to apply one today, but if you do want to apply neck labels, your branded neck labels to hoodies, these tags are removable as well. So you can just pull them out, and then obviously you put your branded neck label on here as well. So another great way to increase branding and things like that for your business. So I will leave a link to the hoodies in the comments below once we finish the video.
Just to reiterate on Dominique's question as well, the reason we don't have to add a second hit after the backer has been removed is because this is a higher quality transfer. This is a premium transfer, so we're talking a transfer that will outlast the garment here. So there's no need for a second hit, and also because it's a screen printed heat transfer as well, it's got that extra smooth thin finish, so you don't feel it on the garment anyway. It feels like part of the garment as soon as you peeled it. We do have a question as well about the caddy shelves. So we have a customer here that is using the dual air fusion, and they're asking if they can use the shelves for that. So unfortunately, you can't use that. The shelves are just available for heat presses that are on a pedestal. So the air fusion pedestal, which is Molly's been using today, has a pedestal as standard. But for those customers that are using the pedestal along with a auto open or a max press, you could use the caddy shelves with that. It needs the pedestal to clamp onto. If you do, we do have heat carts available. So if you're looking to kind of have a bigger workstation that is also movable, we do have heat printing equipment carts that are available on targettransfers.com, which you could use and position next to dual air fusion and create a kind of a workspace where you could have your hoodies and transfers all set out for that.
Brilliant. And before we finish up the live event, I just want to quickly mention the Unleash the Colour event that we are hosting early in February. It's the 21st to the 24th of February. We're going to be doing a range of events from one-to-one masterclasses to how to start a t-shirt business and everything like that. So head to targettransfers.com/events. There will be a link in the description of this video as well to take a look at what we're doing over those 4 days, if there's anything you'd like to visit us for, and you can come and have a look around the new showroom. We've got all of the presses, vinyls, transfers. Yes, it's a really, really great event over 4 days, tailored to what you and your business need. So check that out, and we'll be posting a lot more about it on our socials and emails. So if you're not following us or signed up for that, be sure to do that today so that you're in the loop.
Yeah, this is a great opportunity for those that have not been able to get to any live events for a couple of years. This is the first series of events in the UK for anyone that's interested, that's dedicated to heat printing. So you'll be able to meet the whole team and get hands-on with all the equipment. But the spaces are going to book up very quickly. We're fully booked for up until that point now. So if you are interested in a one-to-one masterclass or coming along for one of the group events, it is recommended that you book ahead of time because they will sell out. So thank you very much for everyone to join us today. Just to reiterate, if you want your free template, go to custom.targettransfers.com and select Levers 2022 from the drop down, and we'll send that to you for free. You can watch this video back to follow through the steps in your own time, and then you can see just how easy it is to create a whole hoodie from one transfer sheet, and it'll save you a lot of time and a lot of money, and it'll allow you to achieve a lot more. So just to reiterate, we are Target Transfers. We're the leading heat transfer manufacturer in the UK. We're also part of the Stars and Electronics Group, so you're dealing with the world's leading manufacturer of heat transfers, heat presses, and it's the only single source place where you can get heat presses, screen printed heat transfers design, and full color heat transfers. We didn't cover ultra color today. We have done previous events when we've gone into detail about ultra color, but if you did want to have a multicolored design, you'd like to have a gradient color for your levers design, you don't want it just boring white, then you can do that too. Just order ultra color heat transfers instead, and it'll be nice and easy for you. All the pricing is very transparent online, so it's very easy to get started with that and pick and price your work before you go to the school. Just ask us to know how many people are going to be leaving, and you can give it an immediate price to them. And just to reiterate, there will be at least 1.5 million kids leaving school this summer. That's just if you base it on primary and secondary schools. That's a huge number. That's a huge opportunity to everyone that's involved. So I would encourage every single person that watches this video to download that template and get in contact with all of the schools in your local area or even further afield, because it's a massive, massive opportunity for you. And we look forward to supporting you in achieving those results, because like I said, we can get those transfers back to you in 2 days. So rush jobs will be covered, and there's no extra price for that speedy service. So thank you to everyone that stayed on. Thank you to Molly for the heat press demo today, and we'll be doing more live events very soon.